Hey, what's up and welcome back to Interpreting the Stars, where today I'm going to be talking about the latest Amazon Prime action film to star Kate Beckinsale. It's Jolt. Jolt is ultimately about a woman with an impulse control. When she gets mad, she causes harm and destruction to anybody and anything in her path. That is until a device is given to her that submits her to electroshock therapy, which effectively calms her nerves. But it doesn't always work. And when somebody close to her is murdered, she embraces the monster within in order to exact vengeance. So a lot of people have compared this film to Jason Statham's Crank as if it's a gender-swapping thing. And it's been far too long since I saw those movies, but I guess I can sort of see where they're coming from. It's like Crank meets John Wick or something, because Crank, while it did have the electric shock gimmick, it was also a very trippy film in the way that it was shot and the way it was edited. This movie is much more subtle when it came down to the editing, but I actually really liked what they did there, as there was a ton of really good action sequences, all brilliantly carried out by Kate Beckinsale. A lot of the things that she does here feel almost superhero-y in a way, even though I don't think she actually has any super abilities past maybe an enhanced level of adrenaline or something. But she kicks tail in this movie, and I'm all for that. There's also a pretty good handle on visuals in terms of lighting, color, and even set design to a degree. I mean, there's a few locations in the movie that feel almost instantly recognizable, as if when you think back to this movie, you'll also specifically think about and picture those places, even though those places aren't technically incredible or anything. It's kind of hard to explain. I'd just chuck it up to the fact that the movie is visually appealing in a variety of different ways. I also really like the cast here. Despite Kate Beckinsale, who did a great job, we also have a few other faces in the film that did a fantastic job as well. You got Stanley Tucci, and I always love him in whatever he does. You have Jai Courtney, who for the first time for me was more than just a blip. I liked his character. You have Bobby Cannavale and Laverne Cox as a couple of detectives that they're different than your typical detective duo, but they still played that good cop, bad cop routine to a T. I don't know. I just really like the cast, even though the characters weren't really that phenomenal. Look, I liked the premise of Jolt. I liked what it was going for. But literally nobody in the film has any character development. Heck, even Kate Beckinsale barely has a history. It's all on the surface stuff that you can probably shut your brain off to and enjoy, which, I did, but I'm struggling on deciding if at the end of the day it'll be something that people want to return to, recommend to others, buy a physical copy for themselves. I don't know. I don't know, because I immediately want to say that it's fantastic for a one-time viewing, or a great film that you don't have to think about when you watch it, which in a way is both a positive and a negative, so it completely depends on what kind of person you are and what kind of movies you prefer to see. So keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and break down my final score. From an unbiased technical perspective, I did like a lot of the technical aspects with this film, like visuals in terms of lighting, color, set design. I had fun with the editing as well, and I liked the casting, but I thought the character development was a bit flat. So this score won't be perfect, but it's still fairly decent at 74%. My bias score is much higher than that, because I am one of those people that can have the ability to shut off my brain and just enjoy a dumb, fun action film. And I think Kate Beckinsale ultimately did a fantastic job in this film. This score is 82%, averaging everything out to a final rating of 78%. 78 out of 100 possible stars, or a B letter grade. Guys, have you seen Jolt? If you have, let me know your thoughts on it in the comments section down below. As for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with my next review. And until then, peace out.
Dave examines movies we just watch for fun. Davey is the expert. He is the number